Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have more RPG goodness. This time we have Gaming Paper Adventure Maps, Mega Dungeon, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. This was a bundle that I came across at a gaming store, IRL Games, down near Princeton here in New Jersey. And I went into the store, I was kind of wrapping up my order that I had placed with him, walking around the store, picking up stuff that I wanted to buy. And I saw this, he had this like for 85% off, and it was $25 for all four of them. And then he gave me another 10-20% off on top of the 50% he already had marked it off at, because he was just basically trying to clear it out. And I saw, and I said, let me pick this up because it looks really, really cool. And it's something that I'm not going to use that often, but it's something that can be used especially on the fly. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. So these are kind of throwaway maps made from paper. So they're not of the highest quality, but they give you a ton of them inside each of these packages. So I said, you know what, let me pick these up because they're for a cut rate price. I never know when I'm going to use them, but I said, you know what, I'll use them eventually. So let's take a look at these. I'm going to put all these aside. I'm not going to open up all four packages, but I'm going to open up the one to kind of give you a show of what's inside the packages. So let's start off with this one here. So this is, again, I picked, again, this was the $25. It was all four for $25. And then whatchamacallit, there was also the 50% off, plus he gave me an additional 25% off on top of that. So I was able to pick these up at a really, really cut rate price. So let's flip this over again. We're going to look at here, Gaming Paper Adventure Maps, Mega Dungeon 1 by Christopher West. Let's pull this off real quick. And down here it tells you right off the bat, it says 100 unique two-sided sheets, brought to you by Gaming Paper. And for more information, go to gamingpaper.com. So just like any other type of paper, it's very, very slippery. So let's take a look. It says, turn them, flip them, draw on them. It says, Gaming Paper Adventure Maps can be used to build thousands of unique dungeons in practically any shape or configuration. The Mega Dungeon 1 set figures 100 uniquely, highly detailed dungeon geomorphs created by fantasy cartographer extraordinaire Christopher West, and can be arranged in virtually any pattern you like. Two-side design, permission to photocopy tiles for personal use, the ability to use all the sheets to form a massive single mega dungeon, 10 sheets tall by 10 sheets wide, nearly 65 square feet of playing surface. The Mega Dungeon is setting for Gaming Paper's first adventure module, the Citadel of Pain, available soon at gamingpaper.com. And coming the summer, additional adventures based on these geomorphs and written by role-playing industry superstars like Ed Greenwood and Monty Cook. So there's a little bit more information about it, about a gaming paper. For more information, go to gamingpaper.com. Produced in partnership with Maps of Mastery. So again, as you can tell, you get a ton of stuff in here. So if I pull off the back sheet here, it tells you every piece that you get. And again, if you want to make one huge labyrinth, you can do that. So it gives you and tells you every single piece of paper that's in this and how to set it up as one huge, huge, huge map. Or again, you could use these for your own pre-made modules that you create for yourself, for your own friends that you're gaming with. So we've got a lot to go through here on this video, so we're not going to spend too much time on that one. And then there's also another chart behind here as well if you want to set up a different way. So you have it this way as well. Let's see, are those two the same? Yes, they're the same. Okay, so the front page and back page both have the same map, and I want to make sure. Okay, so they both have the same exact layout and map for it. So that's your first page and front page and back page. So we'll put those over here. So these are 28 millimeter. They are not in color. They are purely black and white. Put this aside. So they look like this. So again, if you're looking at the top right corner, it tells you which sheet this is. This is part B, and on the other side it'll be part A. So they have A and B. So if you look onto here, you would look for that sheet. It kind of tells you where that would kind of go. A10J. There's one. So it would look like that. And that's the flip side. sheet 2. And the flip side. Now again, this is perfect for 28mm figures. Each, I'll see, each square is worth 5 feet. So again, you lay these out, put your miniature on there. Perfect for size for 28mm figures. And that's basically why I picked it up, in case I wanted to use it for, you know, my own type of adventure. Wasn't necessarily thinking about it if I wanted to use a couple painted guys, but you can see how they perfectly fit right onto the squares. Now again, they're paper, so it's going to move around a bit. So as you can tell, the characters slide on it. That's okay. You put a major, well, he couldn't fit in there because the base is too big, so he can't fit in there. Also, but if you want to use standees versus using regular figures, you can do that as well. They look good too. Again, the color really makes these maps pop. Okay, again, none of the figures are included in this purchase that I made. I'm only using those for example purposes only. Now, if I wanted to put a statue in there as well, I could do that too. If I want to put that somewhere like over here or whatever, I can do that. Put on top of here like so. Again, it just enhances your overall gaming experience. Again, the terrain, the figures, the standees, none of that's included obviously in the purchase of this packaging. So as I continue to go on, as I said to you, again, now if you take the time, you can go through here and you can look for all the pieces. And again, all the pieces of the maps are labeled. To show you again. So COPA 10D. So you'd have to figure out where this one would go on the map itself. 10D. Oh, so there it is down there. So you see how it says 10D right there. Go 10D on the big large map, if you're using it, would go right down there. Yeah, so it would tell you again. So if I was looking at 10E, 10D. All right, so 10D. That's 10D, and then 10. It says 10E. Where's 10E? Just looking over here. Just to look for that there. Oh, E10 has reversed. It's E10's right there. So this kind of would go like this. It's two parts of the maze, of the labyrinth, however you want to label it. But if I put it down here like this, these two go here. How that's laid out like that, that's exactly the way it is right there. See? This would be 10D, D10, I'm sorry, D10, and this would be E10 right here. Right there and there. See how those exactly lay out. Okay? So that's how you would use these. And going forward. So again, if I pull this piece out here again, there you go. And you see how they match together to make a larger map. Okay. And as you guys know, I always make this comment, you can never have enough maps. And again, so if I wanted to, I could loan this out to someone else, and someone else can make copies of this as well. Since I purchased it, they even recommend that you do that. Share it so that the company gets a little bigger. So it seems to be like an underground press type release. Again, the game store, which I picked it up, they were just unloading it because you know, I guess they weren't going to carry it anymore, or whatever it was, or there was really very little interest there, or maybe they don't have too many RPG players there. And just regular open areas. Again, open areas. Just trying to go through all this just to show you what all the different types of maps that you have. Again, if you want to run a one-time adventure and you want to just use a couple of these and throw it together and just, you know, create your own, you know, whatever, you can do that. You want to do a one-off and just have one sheet and use the one sheet and flip it over, and that's your adventure for the day. You can do that. You can use 3 or 4 of these, and once you're done, kind of throw them out. You know, these are not something that are where once you write on, they're not dry erase. These, I want to preface this, these are definitely not dry erase. So if you put a marking on it, it's permanent. It doesn't change. So again, that's why they're saying they give you the licensing, and it says the licensing right on the back. Here it tells you you can make copies of it. It's no problem. Make copies. Make as many copies as you'd like. So that's cool. So again, I picked this all up as one big bundle because, again, the store I was at, they were getting rid of it. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just take them all. Make it very, very simple and take it. I said, I'll find a use for them. Guys also know that I'm a school teacher as well. So we also do a we do have a Dungeons & Dragons club at our, there you go, putting it together, making a big, we do have a game club where we sometimes do role-playing games. So the reality is I can bring this in there, use that, and boom. Do an introductory for kids who never played before, do an introductory module by doing something with this, and boom. They could take it home, you can make a couple copies for them, and then boom, they get started on creating their own mazes and maps and everything else that they would want to do. Get the kids a good introductory to kids to RPG. If you want to run a game, say at a local library, this is the perfect thing to bring with you as well. Hey, you know, take a map home with you. This is what it's all about. Character creation, creating your own world. And if you wanted to use this, again, would this be good to do at a convention? They are a little slick, so there I would say if you're going to create a big map like the one they have here, like a huge table like this, or you're going to create on a floor, make a big thing, I would recommend either laminating them first and then taping them all together or something, because the way it is here, again, these are not very durable. It's regular paper. It's thin. It's regular printer paper, so it's not a thicker printer paper either. It's like the type that you, if you're, say you're in college or high school, you typed out a paper, it's that thick, that quality of paper. So again, spill water on it, they're done. You spill anything on it, they're done. You write on them, they're done. You know, they're not like the Pazio gaming maps, which are the dry erase maps, where you could write on it with a dry erase marker and then take it right off, you know, wet a tissue and it comes right off. These are not that way. So I looked at using these more as a learning or teaching tool for people who have not played D&D before, or something that you grab real quick and on the go, and you can use this as well. So that's cool. So now again, you have statues here, all different kinds of statues. You have some broken statues, you have regular statues. So again, if I was going to create mine and I wanted to, I'll put it this way just for so you could see it. But if I wanted to, I could put some statues in place. You know, you can put a statue in place there where that one is. Again, it just makes it. And if I want to close that area off and I want to put another piece of terrain in there, I could do that because it fits perfectly. I want to close that off. We can only get up to there and come back this way. The entrance would be over here somewhere, walking around. Again, you can do this, and you're just creating your own, you know, you're creating your own. Have a creature come out over here, you know, have a fighter over here, or having a statue, because of the color of this thing might look like a statue to you, so you can put her in a corner over there, and that's just a statue that comes to life or whatever like that. And your character's walking down the hall, and the statue comes to life and attacks, so you can do that. And you can do this any way that you want to do it, obviously, but I'm just showing you how using some standees and how putting some figures or using some regular terrain really make these maps pop. Because they're not colored, adding anything of additional color really makes them stand out even more. That's why I picked these up. I thought they looked really, really cool. I said, you know what, why not? Again, this is an independent company. Why not give them a chance? I always like backing the independent artists and stuff like that. So this is pretty cool to me. I had never seen these before. So again, it was at a cut rate deal. I think it was 75 or 80% off. And I picked up all 4. And they start off at 25 bucks. So I think I got the whole thing for like $25 for 4 packs of this stuff. And I'm not going to open up all 4, but I just wanted to show you that they do have a variety of different packages. But in here by itself, you know, this could last you years of gaming adventures, you know, depending on how much you use and how often you get together, obviously. But what I do like is the fact that they offer this. Again, this is on the front, behind the front and the back page there. The back page and the front page, it has the exact same layouts here. So if you do want to put some together, so let's just say if you're the adventure today, let's just say you start off at either A1 and your group uses that one, goes down to A2, and if they decide to go to B2 and they want to stop there for the day. So you just use these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maps. You put those to the side, say, okay, where do you want to go? Do you want to go through here? You're going to go this direction. Well, if they go this direction, now all of a sudden you pull the next 2 out. You can add to that way, depending on which way they go. They don't use these. You just use this and move this way. This whole section down here, you can create another adventure using just this one and then going this way. Or go, you know, however you want to do it, or use these ones here to going straight out this direction. So it's up to your imagination, honestly. But I like the fact that this gives you a lot of variation and gives you the opportunity, again, to make copies of it. If you need to, it's black and white. Go to a regular copy machine, boom, put it in there. And permissions right on the back of the back cover. It says to you, make copies of it. Because once you write on it, it's over and done with. You can't erase it. Again, you can use them over and over and over again. And again, this map is perfect for 28mm gaming. Pretty fantastic overall. Again, so, you know, if you want to add things, put things in here. Again, you want to try to put it together in a different way than the way it normally is. You can do that. And I put it in here, line this up like this. Again, you get yourself your full piece there. So if you want to make the one page or just a one room for part of your adventure for the day, you can do that. Or, you know, you can follow the rules. You could set this whole thing up, like it said. What is it? What did it say here? Let me go back to that real quick. It says if you wanted to put it all together, it would create a map. Right down here, it says ability to use all these sheets here that we're going through right now to form a massive single mega dungeon, 10 sheets tall by 10 sheets wide, nearly 65 square feet of playing surface. So you could do that if you want to, and that would look like something like this. It would look exactly like that. Okay, and again, like I said to you, all the maps are set up exactly the same way. Up top there, it tells you the code, what module it's for, and it says to try to do the best I can. So this says here B5. So if you look that again, B5, you look that up in this map here. B5 goes down this way, and that would be that page right there. And that's the page that would go right there. Here it is, here's your B5 right there. That's B5 right there. So it has this cross thing, the thing right there on it. See it? They have. So all of them are labeled. So if you want to make the big map, you can do that. Again, this is the different sections that you have here. Again, pull that up for you real quick because we happen to have a rather large section here. If I want to put something in there like this, you can. I'll put it this way instead. So if I just wanted to match this up and I wanted to create a little bit of a scene, this, you have a creature in there. Okay, you want to use standees, you can. The colored figures and the standees really, even if they're not painted 100%, it really makes the maps pop big time. So I do like the black and white. I love the maps that like for Starfinder and for Pathfinder and for Dungeons and Dragons that come out that are the wet dry and they're all colorized. They're beautiful. But there's something about the black and white maps that really, when you use painted figures on them, really makes the maps pop quite a bit more, as you can tell. So it's to me, this makes this a good purchase. Just how the maps start to pop a little bit more. Again, when you put those painted figures on there, it gives a little bit more it makes your figures that much more eye-popping, where they can be lost on when you have the really fully colorized maps. You can't. It does lose something. They get lost in the map sometimes. So with the black and white, it is very cool. So continue to move on. Again, none of the figures or the terrain which I showed you today, again, were not part of this purchase and were used for example purposes only. Get another room. Yes, this is kind of, you feel like it's kind of endless because you get so much in with one of these packages. Again, it's 50 sheets. Again, it's like a ream. It's basically, you're getting a ream of copy paper with a map on it. And how you use it, again, wet, dry, erase, that's not what you got here. This is regular paper. Again, you put markings on it, you write on it, it's ruined. So that's why they recommend on the back of the instructions, it says, hey, make some extra copies. This way you have it. And if you want, listen, if let's say I got 4 people playing in the game and you went through the maze, right? Make some copies of it. Boom. They leave. They have a copy of the map when they leave. They say, hey, this is how much we got through of our adventure. Where do we go from here? What do we want to do? Get some talking about the next adventure. And next time you're going to get together and game, for a couple hours. Grabbing your fellow players' attention and making them want to come back for more is all part of the hobby. You don't want to have an adventure, everybody leaves and they're like, who cares? No, you want to get really, this one's very cool. It's got a lot of detail in it, which is really cool, Looks like it almost like some sewers. Cool. Again, this is just map 1 of 4 different packages. Got a table there. Got some doors. Again, if you want to use a colored marker, boom, red marker, you want to put that in there, knowing that's a door, or brown marker, just color that in just to let them know there's a door here. There's a door here. You can do that. Looks like you got some beds there. So I'm noticing on a lot of these, one side they'll have the pictures with the different like tables and stuff like that. But if you flip the paper, it's exact same map without those things included. See that? So I do really like that as well. So it gives you as the GM a choice as to whether you want one that's furnished Or do you need room to put your own terrain down? So that's cool too. That's really cool. And even if this was $25 for a pack of this, it's well worth the $25 without even questioning that. Again, as you see the layout, with furniture, without furniture, with the rug, or that without the rug. So, you know, as a GM, you make that choice what you want to do it. You could also have them walking in, you know, on this page, you're walking in because you're only walking to the, you know, working in 20 feet or 30 feet, whatever your character can move. So as they go in, boom, now you see this. You didn't see that before. Now you see this as you walk further into the room. So that's always cool to do that as well. Again, with the terrain without it, which I think is very slick. I do like that. A couple more sheets. Again, this package came with 50 sheets, front and back. Again, one side of the sheet is blank. The other sheet has different things like fences. It can have tables, chairs, boxes, crates, barrels, all put in there. So there's an example of that again. You've got, which almost looks like this is a inner sanctum or religious area here, where you have the guys come in through the double doors who walk up the stairs and everything's up here. Okay, but on the other side, there's nothing there, so you can create your own. So it's 50 pages double-sided. So again, that is everything that's included in this first packet, which was the packet of Mega Dungeon 1. Again, as I had mentioned, I picked all this up in a bundle for 75% off because the guy was just trying to get rid of it at his store. So you had, now you can also add Catacombs to it, which is Mega Dungeon 2, Lost Catacombs. Then you had package 3, which is Map Dungeon 3, Sewers. And then Map Dungeon 4, which is your rooftops and alleyways that you can use. Again, I'm not going to open these all up and show everybody everything. Yep, I'm not going to open these all up and show you everything inside them. But this was the bundle that I picked up of all of these paper terrain, brought to you by the great people over at gamingpaper.com. So there you have it. Your Mega Dungeon 1 gaming paper adventure map, brought to you by Christopher West. And of course, it's brought to you by gamingpaper.com. For more information, here's the information if you want to check them out and back them a bit. There's the information right there for you. You could also go to gamingpaper.com. This is going to be part of an adventure module, the Citadel of Pain. I'm not sure if it's up there yet or it's been released yet. Not sure, but you can go online and check that out. But anyway, this concludes our unboxing today. This concludes, and this is everything that's included in this unboxing today. If you enjoyed this unboxing, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.